everyone. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So in this chapter, that is chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in case of flowering plants. Up till now we have studied the microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis and pollination also, right? And different types of pollination, that is self as well as cross pollination. Now if we want a desired pollen grain to land on the stigma which is acting as a receptive surface in a particular flower, that is either unisexual or bisexual, then what are the various techniques which are used in the botany that will facilitate artificial pollination? So what is artificial pollination? It is a technique in which desired pollen grains are used for pollination. That means stigma is protected from unwanted pollen grains. Only and only desired pollen grain should land or should fall, should reach to the receptive surface of the pistil. That is what we call it as stigma. So what is artificial pollination? It is a technique in which desired pollen grains are used for pollination, desired pollen is used for pollination. That means the pollen of our choice, our will, we will use for artificial pollination process. And one more thing, stigma is protected from unwanted pollen grain, or simply you can write pollen. So artificial pollination or hybridization is a technique in which desired pollen grain is used for pollination purpose. That means any other pollen will not come, only the pollen of our choice, our will land onto the stigma, and this is the mechanism by which we can protect the stigma, that is acting as a receptive surface of the pistil, from unwanted pollen grain. That means only desired pollen grain will fall or land on the stigma, that is acting as a receptive surface. Any other pollen grain will not reach to stigma. Now what are the various methods by which we can protect the stigma part of the pistil, which is acting as a receptive surface, from unwanted pollen? So there are two methods basically, that is emasculation as well as bagging techniques. So it is done using, the first process is called as emasculation technique and the second is called as bagging. So emasculation as well as bagging. Now emasculation is basically done in the female flowers which are bisexual in nature. So now let us discuss emasculation. So what is emasculation? Basically emasculation is removal of anther from the flower bud before it opens. So in female flower or in the female parent bearing bisexual flowers, removal of the anther in the bud condition only. So it is removal of anther from the flower bud before anther wall ruptures, that is anther dehiscence. Using a pair of forceps. So it is using a pair of forceps. So what is emasculation? Emasculation is basically done in the female flowers, in the female body, which contains the bisexual flower. That means staminate part is also there, as well as pistillate part, that is androecium is also present, as well as gynoecium is present within the same flower. Now what we are doing in the emasculation technique is, we are simply removing the male reproductive part, that is anther, the typical bilobed anther of angiospermic plant species we are talking about. So we are removing the anther when the flower is in its bud condition. So Say for example, if one flower bears the male as well as female part, that is what we call as a bisexual flower. And if we are removing the anther, that is a male part we are removing from the flower bud. And when we are removing, that is also very important. We are removing before anther diasis. Anther diasis means anther wall rupture. And we all know that when the anther wall ruptures, it will release pollen grains. And this pollen grain will fall or land on the stigma part of the pistil, and then there will be facilitation of fertilization process. That is, the pollen tube will be formed and the fusion of the male as well as female gamete will take place. So we are preventing what? Stigma to receive the unwanted pollen. How? By removing anther. That is, if we are removing the male part, so that particular stigma will receive only and only pollen from the other part of, that is the other flower of the another plant body. So it is basically done in the female parent bearing the bisexual flowers, and within that bisexual flower what we are doing simply is we are removing the anther. In which condition? In the bud condition, when before anther diasis, that is before anther wall ruptures. If we are doing after the anther diasis, that is when the anther wall ruptures, so there is no other option. Once the anther wall is ruptured, pollen grain will be released, and that pollen grain will fall on the stigma. But we want to protect that particular pollen to fall from anther to the stigma of the bisexual flower. So we are simply removing the male reproductive part, that is anther. Now next step is, this is the first step in emasculation. Okay, removal of the stamen part from the flower in its bud condition when before the anther wall diasis, using the pair of scissors, that is forceps. Now what will happen? We have to cover also this pistil part. We have to cover, that is the stigma, because if we will not cover that pistil part, some another pollen from some other plant body will come and fall on the stigma. So the next step is, and the flowers are called as emasculated flower. So the step number 2 is emasculated flower is covered using a paper, or you can also say a bag, which is a kind of butter paper, covered with a bag of suitable size. It is generally made up of butter paper, And why we are doing this? Once the first step is removal of the anther. Once anther is removed, then what is the hurry? The hurry is, the problem is that emasculated flower, stigma of the emasculated flower is still free. It is not covered. We have removed only anther, that is the male reproductive part we have removed, so that self-pollination will not take place. But another pollen from another plant body can come now on the stigma, that is a part of the pistil. So emasculated flower, mainly the stigma part, is covered using a bag of suitable size. Generally that bag is made up of the butter paper, and we are doing this to prevent contamination of one stigma from another pollen, so that another pollen should not come and land on this stigma. Only the desired pollen should reach to or should land onto this stigma. Since we are covering this part, that is the female body, that is the bisexual flower, we are covering only the stigma part, that flower. Now anther is removed, covering using the bag, and so this is called as bagging. So this process is called as bagging, and the first step is emasculation. So once again I am repeating emasculation and bagging. What is basically done in emasculation is, in emasculation the male reproductive part, that is the anther, is removed, when the flower is in its bud condition and when it's removed just before the dehiscence of the anther, because once anther wall will rupture, when anther dehisces, pollen grain is released. But we do not want that pollen to land on the stigma of the pistil of that bisexual flower. So we are removing the anther from the bud of that particular flower before anther wall dehisces, before anther wall ruptures, right? And this emasculated flower, after removal of the anther, what we have to do is we have to bag, we have to cover the flower, only the stigma phyllodes, that is the pistil part of the flower, using a paper, that is a bag of suitable size. It is generally made up of the butter paper, commercially available in the market. And the purpose of doing this is we are preventing what? Stigma from unwanted pollen, and this is what we call it is we are preventing contamination on stigma from another pollen. Okay, and that process is called as bagging. Now after bagging, the third step is dusting of the pollen grains. Now when we have to do the dusting, that is also very important, right? So the third step is stigma is now covered using the bagging technique of butter paper. Now what will happen? Stigma will undergo maturation, it will mature and it will become receptive in nature. Okay, so stigma will now mature. Once stigma is matured, that means it is becoming receptive in nature. Now what is the meaning of receptive? Receptive means it is able, now the stigma is able to receive the pollen grains. So after bagging technique, we have to look for the maturation stage of the stigma. Once the stigma is mature, that means it is now receptive in nature, it is ready to receive the pollen grain. Now stigma is ready to receive pollen grain. Now what we have to do? Simply we have to facilitate pollination, that is in vitro. Artificially we have to dust the pollen grains on the stigma. Now we have to dust pollen grain. Which pollen grain? The desired pollen grain. Unwanted we do not want at all. So dust pollen grain, that is desired pollen grain on the stigma. Now once we dust or sprinkle the pollen grain onto the stigma, what will happen? The changes will take place. Pollen tube germination, that is the pollen tube formation will take place. This pollen tube will reach to the ovary part of the female flower, that is the female part. Within the ovary it will go to ovule, and ovule, that is an egg cell, haploid. Pollen tube has male gametes, also haploid. So haploid plus haploid, N plus N, that will lead to fertilization, and this will result in the formation of diploid zygote. Okay, so pollen tube germination will take place, ovary, ovule as well as fertilization will initiate, right? Now again flowers are rebagged and the fruit development will take place. So this is flowers are rebagged and fruit development initiates. Fruit development initiates. So these are the two techniques, that is emasculation as well as bagging technique for bisexual flowers. Now let us discuss the case of unisexual flowers. And now it is clear that these unisexual flowers contain only either of the parent, that is either it could be pistillate, that is the lineation, female reproductive part is present, or it can be either staminate, that means only male reproductive part is present. Now for that purpose, emasculation is actually not required. Now let us see what other mechanism is shown by the unisexual flowers. This case was for bisexual flowers. So artificial pollination for unisexual flowers. If the flower is unisexual, emasculation is actually not required. So for case 2, that is either staminate or either pistillate, that is uni, only one sex is present. So if there is presence of only one sex, either male or female, so there will be no chance. So stigma is always protective in nature. So emasculation is generally not required for unisexual flowers. So basically what is done is the female part, we are talking for the female body only, first case as well as second case. When it is in the bud condition, we are bagged, that means the step number 2, bagging we are doing. So female flower buds, in this case female flower buds are bagged before the bud opens or before the flower opens. Before the flower or bud opens. Emasculation is generally not advised, it is not required for unisexual flowers, but female flower buds, when the flower is in the bud condition, at that time we are covering the flower with a sheet of the paper, that is bagging, and before the flower bud opens. So before the flower bud opens, we are covering the female flower, that is the stigma style ovary, still we are covering. So there is no other chance. Then what will happen? Same steps. Stigma will now mature, it is receptive. So when stigma matures, stigma will become receptive in nature, that means it is now capable of recepting or accepting the pollen grains. So stigma matures, it will become receptive. Now stigma is ready to receive the pollen grains. Simply we have to dust the pollen grains, that is the desired pollen grain, onto the stigma, and again there will be pollen tube formation, that is pollen tube germination will take place. Pollen tube will contain the 2 male gametes, they will reach to the ovary, and within the ovary we have ovules, which is again haploid. Male gametes are always haploids. Okay, so N plus N, that is the formation of the diploid zygote, that is there they will facilitate fertilization process. So this is what the emasculation as well as bagging technique for artificial pollination, and the advantage of this is, or you can say the usefulness character is only one, that is it is used in crop improvement. It is used for crop improvement, right? What is the meaning of crop improvement? Why? How we can improve the crop variety? By preventing stigma to receive unwanted pollen. Only the pollen that we want, the desirable pollen, should reach to the stigma, and then the fertilization events will start.